All right, guys, we are back for game two. Kenos here, and like sand through the hourglass, so do the other streamers slip through my fingers. Sigtao Lord has abandoned us, but don't worry, we have Bidet here with us to wrap up the games. How's it going, Bidet?
Hello, hello. Going good. Good to be here. This should be a great match here. I'm looking over the teams and I'm kind of excited to see this.
Yeah, you were keeping an eye on game one. What do you think our new cowbell, new red team will have to do to improve for game two?
Personally, I think there was a few executed fights communication wise when they seemed to have the engage going for them, but they just did not have the damage following it up. I don't know if they were zoned off in weird ways or if there was just a lack of communication, but I think they can pull it back if they just get that on track.
We do see that there has been a switcheroo on the roles for this new cowbell as well. Basically, most everyone is in a different position right now. Burn the Heretic still sitting in the ADC spot, but we got Cow Hop on support now. LNZ is in the jungle, Goonstomp in the top lane, Mixlink in the mid lane. So we will see if that reorganization fares better for them.
Yeah, it should be interesting. I believe, if I remember correctly, Alonzi Tardis has played jungle in a split, actually. So maybe
Many
that'll
splits,
help.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, slightly more experienced in that position, and also makes the Warwick ban make a lot more sense, which we did also see in game one.
Yes, for sure.
And they pick out the Gangplank. Obviously, like I said before, very solid pick for Relexus. Not necessarily terrifying, but when you're playing a game like in gym class feeders, where everyone isn't necessarily playing their star roles, you ban who you can.
Relexus is very good at just kind of slowly squeezing out top advantages without doing anything always too flashy. But when he's playing GP, he just kind of, it's like a vice. He'll slowly squeeze the life out of you up there.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And we do have the Rek'Sai ban again, which I think is just they see Cal Hop and they ban him. Maybe LNZ's been playing Rek'Sai. And the Vayne ban just to keep Ravain's namesake out of his hands.
Yeah, for sure. I was a little bit confused when I saw him on Draven. I wasn't sure what was going on.
I mean, I'm a little surprised after Mixlink threatened to jungle with him, with Vayne. I'm surprised I didn't first pick.
That would have been a unique experience for the viewers.
Couldn't have gone any worse for him, but
Very true.
he did have very nice ganks with the Sejuani. We can't take that away from him. And once again, stopping Peach from picking up that Zyra.
Yeah, having experience playing with Peach, maybe it's a wasted ban because there was a game, if we remember, thinking back to the split that just occurred. You flashed level 2 and kind of failed that on the Zyra, but
Well,
we'll pretend not to mention that.
he made quite an impression playing Zyra last week in the last gym class feeders, so I think that's
Oh,
where
very true. Very
people's
true.
minds are. Already very different on the champion picks. We got Tristana and Senna.
Not
Senna-
trying to flame Peach, just trying to bring back some spicy commentary from the last split.
Indeed. So Senna, of course, can go in a couple positions, so we'll see how flex that Senna wants to be. I'm not a huge fan of Senna ADC myself, so hopefully that's not the direction they're going. I believe Peach has played Senna before. And Alonzi, losing the Vi and the Warwick, goes for his third most common pick, I imagine, Zac. Shaco,
Yeah, I
sure,
do.
why not?
Oh, wow, that's an interesting pick I have not seen in GCF in quite some time.
The Zami wanting to send us to a game 3, picking up the Shaco.
Maybe they'll give us some level 1 shenanigans or early invades.
Or maybe he's really good on Shaco. I don't know. No one knows. This is the first time anyone's seen a Shaco in 300 years.
Oh boy, we're gonna get the Draven run back.
Okay, so we're gonna need someone durable in some position here. Maybe like a Galio mid. I don't know. Guys.
I do like the Tristana and Zek. Ooh, okay. That could be a good. I think that's probably a Lee Sin top, if I could guess.
Do you know that Goonstomp plays Lee Sin top?
I do not know that, but I'm just hypothetically thinking with how the meta has been recently in the last few weeks, with MSI ending and everyone paying attention to that. It's a very popular pick.
We have seen the Zac top and the LCOS before.
Very true.
So either of those is an option. That flexibility is there. I don't think Alon-Z plays Lee Sin, though.
Okay. Yeah, all three of the picks for Cowbell are very flexible, I feel, for role-wise.
I must not fall.
We have a Chaosic saying that Goonstomp one-tricks Lee Sin. So we got the expert insight analysis there.
Good to know.
And the Leona ban, I guess just because they don't like playing against Leona, since it's not the same support this time, so there's no guarantee that CalHop would be going Leona.
I'm kind of surprised that I don't know where else Senna would go besides support. And I know that Peach does not necessarily enjoy playing Senna, but a Senna Draven lane could be very oppressive, I feel.
Well, that's probably what they're going for. Yeah, I doubt that Senna's going anywhere other than bot. And we do see 2 top lane bans for Cowbell here, so 3 bans targeted at Relexus. But he's still got a pretty big pool. He could go something like Ryze. He could try Ornn again, since Ornn is still available. We have
Very true.
Rolodex of supports being shuffled through here by Burn the Heretic. Will we have a second Janna? The rare 2 Janna game. Possibly leading into the rare 3 Janna game. They grab the Lux instead. Lux is very good.
I think I like the Lux a little better with the hard CC for if they can land that on the Draven or even Senna after in the late game when she gets the stacks going.
Yeah, the Lux is good, also has that flexibility. So it's possible that you could have the Lux be mid or support. So we'll see what the last 2 picks are here and determine. Though, of course, with the shuffling that Burn the Heretic was doing, it's likely that's the support pick. And we do have the set picked up.
Okay.
And,
That's probably a good pick for when Zed, or not Zed, excuse me, Zac jumps in. I'm not sure how long the knockup lasts, or if you can actually set pick the Zac up while he's coming in on you. Not sure how that works.
we do have the Mordekaiser pickup as well, so I'm assuming that's going to be Mord top. Maybe it's Mord jungle.
Both of these teams seem a little bit interesting, where certain champs are going to go.
Okay, so is this some Tristana mid then?
That's what I was thinking. Tristana mid, yeah.
All right, a lot of very flexible picks for this Cowbell team. That's very exciting. And then over here on the Brew City side, just looking to see where this set is going, I think is the big question. Looks like they're floating on set mid. So, Brew City wants to go to a game 3.
Set mid. Maybe they're gonna do the true damage, that new thing that's coming out with set and gaining traction in the community. I guess we'll have to find out.
Assuming Riot's client will let us. But we've got a few minutes before we see what happens with that. So we got Mordekaiser, Lee Sin top. Very interesting matchup there. You were saying that Lee Sin is getting a lot of traction in top lane. What do we have to look forward to?
So he's got a lot of... It's deceptively strong in dueling early. When he goes in with the Gourd Drinker, he can pick up a lot of health regen. I believe with his... I think the ability is called Dragon Force. It's the one that does AoE damage around to minions around him. He can pick up a lot of healing from that, so that should be interesting early. I don't know if it can counterbalance the burn from the Mordekaiser passive, but we'll have to see.
All right, something to keep an eye on. And of course, who knows what's going on with Shaco in the jungle? Um, he's got his ambush shenanigans, of course. But I mean, it's Shaco. What is there to say about Shaco? Really?
Yeah, I is he technically a clown? I'm not necessarily scared of clowns, but I have nightmares about Shaco's just them getting down to 100 health, and then you just can't find them because they blip away across walls and they just bamboozle you a little bit.
I have nightmares about Shaco's losing me placement games. Um, and then we have Set Tristana. I mean, if we're going to talk about interesting lanes, you could find 100 people, and 50 would be talking about this top lane, and 50 would be talking about this mid lane. So Tristana Set. On paper, you just, you say that without even thinking about their abilities, and Tristana should make things somewhat difficult for Set, right? Got that ranged versus melee advantage.
Yeah, I think it's all about just her judging when to use the W to jump out of his when he kind of scoops. I can't remember what actually ability that is, but I was thinking about that when they drafted it. Mordekaiser and Set both have kind of range closing abilities, so I was kind of curious which one would go mid against the Tristana. So I guess we'll have to see how they execute that in lane.
And of course, Set does get some of that surprising durability with his Haymaker, I believe it's called. Um,
Yes, definitely.
and so that could help counter things like Tristana's burst damage, as she so enjoys putting out with her little explosive mine. And then quickly, Draven, Senna, Samira, Lux. Not really sure what to think about that one. Like you said, Lux can lock down the Draven, but snares aren't stuns. So I'm not sure how useful that will be for the Samira, except maybe as a getting away tool. But we'll have to see.
Yeah, it'll definitely be interesting in the bot lane. I think that could be the most volatile
Volatile. Yeah.
lane. Yeah.
All right. Well, first thing that's volatile is this skin selection. We did have a controversial Draven skin pick, and it's come back. We do have the Project Mordekaiser, all into that. No skin on the Samira, but we see her so infrequently. Hmm.
As someone that plays a lot of TFT recently with the new game type that they released, the Rune Draven looks kind of cool because it kind of works well with his um, classification in the TFT, which I believe is like forgotten. And they all have kind of a blue-esque ghosty thing to them. So that is cool.
Does he not? Is he not using his blue demon skin for that then?
No, I actually think it might be the Rune Draven
Interesting.
in TFT. It looks very familiar. I could be wrong, but
I think I'm gonna give this to Brew City for this skin selection. I'm not a huge fan of that Lee Sin skin. No skin on the Samira. Um, and different Senna skin. We see High Noon Senna all the time, so different Senna skin is always appropriate. And
yeah, I think I'll definitely kind of agree with you. I'm tempted to go the other way because I do enjoy all of the pool party skin lines, but I don't think it's enough.
shout out for Mixlink having a different, let's call it rarely seen Tristana skin. Also, it's not the Riot Girl one. It's not the Cauldron one. It's not the Dragon Tamer one. It's the Commando one. So good for you, Mixlink.
On the Tristana, I thought that was the Omega Squad. I think it was running.
Well, it is, but that's not the
Oh,
Riot
okay.
Girl. That's not the
Correct. Yes. Yep.
because Dragon
Dragon
Tamer and
Tamer.
Riot Girl are like the two most common ones that we see.
I always, yeah, see lots of dragon trainer.
It's definitely a cute skin, but come on, guys. There's more than just one skin.
Very true. I'm kind of curious to see if we're gonna get the 5 point or maybe some skirmishes here in the beginning.
Yeah, and of course, eyes on the Shaco because the Shaco is the the one who is known for occasional level 1 hijinks, but does not look like he's trying it now.
Doesn't appear so.
Let's see if he's picked his first ability yet. He has. Yeah, he's just going with Jack in the Box. I'm imagining that he's going to be utilizing that somewhat aggressively. I'm actually going to take control of the camera here for a minute and make sure we keep an eye on this Shaco to just watch him do his thing. We do have a bit of a poke there from CalHot, but nothing from it. So yeah, we'll watch this level 1 Shaco, and then we'll go back to the directed camera that audiences snidely comment for. I do like positioning them in flanking points. Too often from early Shacos would I see, or everyone would see, 60 boxes just on top of each other.
Right.
He's getting some of that box utility. So, but they all die. But that's definitely enough damage. Alright, cool. We will watch your career with great interest, Sammy, though you are not smiting it. So saving that smite for something later, probably the Raptors. Definitely a man who knows his routing on this Shaco, God help him. But so many interesting lanes. Get to see the LCUS showcase of the Project Mordekaiser skin. Probably one of the stranger project skins, but definitely very particle effect happy. Some early pressure here from Goon as well. Both of them taken relatively low for a level 1 skirmish.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about. Lee does deceptively a lot of laning damage if you hit the abilities right in the right order in top lane recently.
But Relexis, of course, is not one to take being skirmished lying down. So
no, he would not do that.
So he's sure to turn up the aggression to match Goonstomp. So this should be I would imagine First Blood's going to be top lane. But we'll see. Eternal's getting poked a lot too.
I'm seeing that both junglers are going to be ending up topside here. I'm kind of curious on lane pressures in mid and top, and who's might end up on top for the Skeller Crab if they prioritize that.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yeah. And we are seeing Eternal in this mid lane being pushed a little bit under his turret. Probably going to have to get used to living there for a while until he gets some help. But does have surprising range for a melee champion. Once again, we have a little fight up in the top lane. Relexis has got that great AoE damage. Goonstomp has really got to respect that.
Force the flash from the Lee Sin there. That was very good.
Yeah, you can't really get close to a Mordekaiser for long periods of time if you aren't durable as well.
Oh, we saw that the Mixed Link did a good jump there, avoiding the set engage ability.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Mixlink has been using that jump very well. I think he knows that if Set gets up close, he's going to be in a lot of trouble. So he's got his finger on that button. We do have the Shaco lurking, though. Set's trying to come in, so is the Shaco. Oh, but Mix turns around. He's not going to get feared, though. So
good map awareness, or maybe a little bit of luck on his side there.
It's possible that Eternal moved a little too quickly. I feel like if the plan was to have Shaco stealth in, they should have waited for the Shaco to start stealthing in.
Or to put a box behind him, yeah, correct. Oh, we're seeing an engage here in the bottom river.
I think Sammy should be fine, though. He's got his team coming to help him, and a collapse here, actually, on Alon-Z. This could be a bit of a problem for him. He does get deleted. I don't think there's going to be enough help. So that's going to be First Blood for Ravane. Very nice of everyone to walk away from it so that Ravane can get it.
Yeah, that flash being expended by Goonstomp early by Relexis might have been crucial because Lee Sin TP'd top and was not able to maybe buy time for his team by TPing to the Zac blobs there in the bot lane river.
Yeah, so very rough for this Cowbell team in contrast to how game 1 went. Dragon is now up. Good jump their way once again. Mixed Link's no dummy. He's making sure that he stays as far away from the side as possible. And we're up to a pretty reasonable gold advantage here, thanks in part to some of the pressure that Relexis has been applying top lane and, of course, the First Blood.
Yeah, that is a little concerning for how early it is in the game, but I'm trying to think about scaling here from the teams compared to each other, and I can't really decide which team. I mean, obviously the Senna scales very well, but so does the Tristana on the other side.
Yeah, I mean Tristana is a very scary late game champion. One of League of Legends' definite hard carries. But it's just a question of if she can get to that point, especially compared to, like you said, Senna is pretty dangerous. Set gets pretty dangerous late on as well, and when you get these early game leads, you have to wait for the game to go, 50 minutes. Oh, good grab there by Eternal as well. Zami is here too. Does the pile driver the other... There we go. Very nice.
Very well played by the Set there.
And Zami blew the flash just to try to get a last second bit of help in there, but wasn't needed.
A little bit of a hiccup, but none the worse for wear.
And once again, Relexus is just crushing it up in this top lane. Goonstomp can't really do anything once Relexus pops that AoE damage.
Yeah, I believe Draven is actually kind of a medium to low range ADC compared to others, but Samir is definitely down there with lower range champions as well, so might be struggling a bit in that matchup.
Yeah, the Draven is definitely lower range. You are correct about that. And Samara is Samara. Will he? Was that the Shadow Realm there?
I heard the music, but I don't know if it fully channeled. He might have killed him before it fully went through. I know that the W was the W on the Mordekaiser that gives him the shield. Is a game changer in that matchup, but I think Goonstomp might have underestimated his cooldown or something there, but it's very close.
I've always thought that I'm going to call it new Mordekaiser, his ultimate was never really well shown to observers. Good jump in here by Alonzi. They might get Ravane, but Ravane might get a couple for his trouble. Nope. Gonna get 2 kills there, and both go on to the Samara, which is great.
That was pretty well executed, actually, with the Zek. Alonzi TARDIS waiting in the bush for Ravane to push up there and try to initiate on them, and then after he went in, stepped up a little too far. Him turning it. That was well played, I thought.
Yep, definitely. And it was a good job waiting on that as well, and fortunate for them that Ravane tried to commit so much. Zami blast coning in, but then used the Shaco to ghost out, or whatever the term is.
Shaco things. A blinker.
To Shaco
whatever
out.
It's called.
And will they get the dragon here? The camera is pulled away to watch another top lane fight here. They do get the dragon. Mixlink hops in. Zami is here. Can he get Mixlink? That would be huge. Nope. Eternal is here now as well. This could be a mistake.
Oh, they might. I think they're going in one at a time a little too much there.
It seems
a little
like
communication
it, yeah.
error. Although Ravane is running and he's got quite a bit of damage. I think they might be able to get out safely though.
Yeah, I think they need to be going back in a little bit of a safer spot here. If there was a deep jungle ward here, this could be a very happy Draven, though he's not quite 6 yet.
Yeah, it just seemed to me that Bruce City was just a tad behind on that response to the dragon play, whereas Cowbell was a little bit more quick on the team response.
Speaking of being a tad behind, Goonstomp is spending a lot of time standing next to this Mordekaiser. In terms of gold, he's down by about 700. Nice snare there on Burn the Heretic. Unfortunately, towers deal damage. Nice flash there. I think they're they're in the Shadow Realm now. For
correct.
Sure.
Yep.
I think those red pillars are supposed to be an indicator that they're in it. So we'll have to keep
That is
an
a
eye
very
out for
weird,
those.
very weird interaction for viewers, though. It's not essentially clear.
Yeah, because I mean, there's so many like body coating particle effects in the game right now that it's hard to tell what a glowing effect is one thing or another, and that's the only indication you have, especially on this new skin. But we've got those sort of red pillars that appear on the map, so as long as the directed camera is kind to us, we'll know when it's going on.
Right. I can only imagine how Viego must be a headache for programmers right now.
Yeah, it's kind of like D.Va in Overwatch. She's the glitchiest character because you have to program 2 completely different things for her 2 different forms. And
Oh,
so,
You're speaking a foreign language to me a little bit about Overwatch.
Once Sammy gets taken out here, we'll discuss it a little bit further. Eternal trying to get this kill on Mixlink, but Mixlink gets out of the Shaco trap. Wants to help Alonz. Alonz wants to get in here. I don't know if Mixlink should be this close. I feel like he's playing with Friar. Yeah, because now you get that
AoE.
awesome play
Yep.
there. Yeah, well done by Eternal, and might get now a 2-for-1.
That was very well played with the AoE ult and holding that until Mixlink stepped up.
Also, a very interesting attempted play there by the by Ravain's Draven as well. Through the ultimate out, Goonstomp is probably going to die here unless he can jump to a minion, cannot. And then flashed over to try to bounce the ultimate, but unfortunately was not able to line it up perfectly. Good damage output there by Alonz as well. And they do get the kill here on Calhop, but Peach might die. Nope.
Some emotes being flashed mid lane as they depart from each other.
So yeah, a lot of chaos in both of these lanes here, and of course top lane is just not fun right now for Goonstomp at all. Alright, so the D.Va thing. D.Va in Overwatch is a girl inside of a mech suit. When the mech suit dies, the little girl pops out and is a completely different character. And so that means that whenever there's a new patch, whenever there's a new interaction, Blizzard has to program both the interaction for the mech suit and the little girl. And so she has twice the bugs of any other character for that reason alone. And so...
I see. Okay, that would make it tricky.
So same sort of thing for this Vigo, who has to have every other character's interactions along with himself. Sort of like Sylas, I guess.
Yeah, Sylas. Sylas is just one ability being copied and pasted. But Vigo's got the whole different thing going.
Alright, Peach trying to get a little bit aggressive here. We do have Relexus coming in, though.
Oh,
Gotta look out
yeah,
for that. And the Ghost is here, too. Shadow Realmed Burn the Heretic, who is running the wrong direction.
Man, we're really starting to see that top priority come through a little bit here. I don't think Goonstomp necessarily played it too horribly. He just underestimated the sustain that Mordekaiser has with his W if he holds it, and his burning AoE. It can definitely do quite a bit of damage.
Yeah, that AoE damage is rough. I would have liked to have seen Alonz come top a little bit more. We really only had 2 ganks, sort of, from this Zac. The excellent one in the bot lane, and then the difficult one in that mid lane. And so I feel like him coming top a little bit more could have been useful. But it is what it is. Calhop in a little bit of trouble here. Does not die once again to the Draven ult. Dies instead to the Peach ult.
Peach with the snipe.
But and they do manage to pick up dragons. So 1 dragon apiece. Gold is already at 6k, which used to be our danger zone.
Yeah, I don't believe this is necessarily anything to do with jungle, because Sammy did not necessarily gank as too much either. I think it was just mostly a purely laning gap in some of these lanes.
Yeah, good jump in there by Alonz. The whole team is actually here, which is a little scary. But of course, Relexus comes in, and a fed Mordekaiser is going to make everyone cry. And so he does. I think we saw an interaction there between the Set and the Tristana, where Tristana tried to jump over a wall and like Set pulled her back in midair. So either that was an awful Tristana jump, or Set can actually pull enemies out of the air.
I think it might be possible, because I know that there are interactions with Tristana where if she's like not completely out of frame on her jump, people with CC or pulls can stop her from completing the jump. I know that with Blitzcrank you can do it, and with Veigar you can do it. The gate will stop her from completing her jump. She'll go like halfway through it and then hit the wall, kind of a thing. So
Draven's barrier item there coming into play. Immortal Shield Bow. Definitely, if not saved his life, at the very least helped him survive that encounter down there in that bot lane. We do have Sigtao Lord confirming that that is something that Set can do. So
thank you, Master Sig.
Not as much excitement in the bot lane, though the Draven does still have a 15k goal, or 1.5k goal differential. Alonz running headfirst into that bot lane. He has no health. Burn the Heretic is there, but is now also going to pay for it. That ward is especially painful. I don't know, I guess Burn the Heretic just decided that he couldn't get away. Does manage to pick up 1 kill. I don't know. A lot of damage output, though.
Very close.
Okay.
Wow. That
Very
was
nice.
I thought that's just Samira things, I suppose. When she gets her power up going, she can definitely turn a team plate on the flip of the coin.
Once she channels her inner Devil May Cry there. But, you know, it's a question of, is it too little too late? Especially because it was an equal trade. But we'll see what happens.
They do say that equal trades one behind are always better than nothing, so.
Oh, sure. Yeah, because, I mean, it's diminishing returns, right?
Right.
Eventually XP and gold stop actually mattering. Mixlink in a little bit of trouble here. Good pull in there, all the pull-ins there actually, and that's just a dead little muppet.
Caught out without his jump, I believe.
Alright, Goonstamp doing a little kick in here. Shaco is here as well. Good flash. Like that flash. And meanwhile, Zac is getting chased by a hungry Mordekaiser who lets him go, because they own the jungle now. CalHop doing some decent damage, but Zami is here. Blast Cone's over. Can he get away? Does get the barrier up. Will get over the wall, but Zami is chasing him. Heal from Burn the Heretic. I think they can kill this Shaco pretty easily. Maybe? Nope, he's invisible, but wait, Goonstomp's here. Goonstomp's here. Oh, the attempted turnaround assassination there, and the Lux gets the kill. Couple of turrets going down. So 4 turrets to 1 right now.
Cowbell definitely showing some signs of life. Just kind of seems like they're still getting pushed in ever so slowly.
Yeah, they're showing signs of life until the Mordekaiser shows up. So if they can keep Relexus distracted for the next 15 minutes, they may have a chance. But I mean, the second that Relexus remembers he has a teleport button and not in the horrifying way, in the actual useful way, and joins in on these fights in other lanes, they're in a lot of trouble here. Dragon's up in 40 seconds. I think this will be a Brew City Dragon easily. Yeah, CalHop is face checking the wrong bushes there, friend.
He's walking up with quite low health. He needs to be a little careful there.
Yeah, this is one of the problems with playing behind. Your warding is down because you're too scared to get out there, and when you do get out there, you become Alonz, who may get away.
Oh, he's getting collapsed on.
He does use his ultimate. Oh, and unfortunately, the Lux is too close, and now everyone's just falling apart. Relexus, Shadow Realms, Mixlink.
And there's your Mordekaiser for you.
Yeah, that's 2 kills. Meanwhile, Alonz is leading the world on a merry chase. Unfortunately, jumps onto a ward. He could have actually gotten out if he went north. I'm surprised he didn't.
Yeah, if he ran towards mid lane, he might have been able to guarantee his escape there, but unfortunate.
You know, it's kind of a shame that this game has been so dominated by the Mordekaiser in the set. Because I think it would have been really cool to see this Shaco in like a longer term game.
Yeah, it would have definitely been entertaining, and while there might be differences in mid a little bit due to the ganks and just inability to judge the jump time on Tristana, I still think the game would have been quite close up till now if it wasn't for the Mordekaiser.
Oh, that was an interesting flash death. Burn the Heretic tries to go in, but unfortunately he's not able to get the combo up in time. This should just be game.
Yeah, Peach has achieved Senna stacks where the heals and the range are just only adding to the Draven damage.
Oh, do a nice jump in there by Alonz, but unfortunately the tower is dead, and that means there's nothing stopping them from killing him. Meanwhile, Relexus is just a 5-man team in and of himself. We have an interesting martial arts tournament going out in the top lane. This is actually kind of cool. Goonstomp doing reasonably well for himself, all things considered. Doesn't quite match Eternal's damage, but I mean,
Oh, it could be very close here, depending on cooldowns here.
for being a
If the Q comes up.
completely unfed Lee Sin, he held
Uh,
himself quite well.
he did it. That was a fun fight to watch.
It was, absolutely. Geach snipes down Mixlink, and they should just end here. Don't go home.
Yeah, this might be a push.
Don't go
Oh.
home. Just end, you cowards. Come on. I guess maybe Relax will
Come
just
on, Bruce
teleport
City.
back. Oh, the game thought they were going to surrender for a second there. It staggered for me for a minute. Alexis, you have teleport. Get up there with your 9,800 gold and end the game.
Alexis is deciding to take in the scenery of the Rift.
They do manage to pick up 1 kill, 2 kills. Turret does die up in that top lane. So we have Cowbell with a butchered base. And Brew City with increasing our ad revenue, I guess.
Brew City is just personal farm over team objectives apparently right now.
But we got the Mortal Kombat tournament up once again.
Alexis going through the jungle. Peach as well, clearing out.
Oh, and Kelhop interrupts the Mortal Kombat tournament. Doesn't matter, because it seems like they get. I almost wonder if like Eternal is toying with Goonstomp a little bit, because it seems like they fight equally, and then suddenly Set remembers he has abilities, and that's the end of the fight.
It might be a little bit of a They're trying to just test each other. Who's gonna blink first?
You know, you want to talk about this League of Legends anime they're putting together. I want to see Lee Sin and Set fight in the anime. Give me that fight.
I want to see Yone and Yasuo fight, and then both of them to not make it out of that fight.
Well, you've seen
'Cause,
that already, though, right?
Have we?
They had that in Yone's reveal. Doesn't Yasuo kill Yone?
Oh, I have not read the lore thoroughly, I suppose, but
They're really trying on Relexus here. They might actually get him. Unfortunately, that shield on the Mordekaiser is a big boy, and this should be the end of the fight. Now the Shaco is getting fed. Pad the clown stats.
continued Relexus hitting his W and walking around with his AoE damage and just doing absurd amounts of damage.
Hashtag pad the clown, and the client dies on us before we get to the end screen. Oh,
Thank
right.
you, right again.
So we hit exit game, and maybe we get the stat screen if we're lucky. We are lucky. They seem to be getting better at that, at least. We may not get a victory screen, but we do get a stat screen. So what do we got here with some advanced details? I'm getting messages here. Hang on. Okay. Going back to what actually matters, which is the score screen. Not actually the most damage in the game, funnily enough. Those big-time Senna ultimates from Peach eating up all of Mordekaiser's tasty damage.
Yeah, that sun is scaling. I mean, when you can shoot from a mile away, it's pretty easy to do damage, I suppose. Not to take anything away from Peach's skill, but that was a very well executed game.
Mm-hmm. Once again, wish we saw a little bit more on that Shaco, and check out some vision score as well. Once again, the blue team support, getting that vision score in, clutch vision scoring. So yeah, so those were our 2 games. Would have been nice if they were a little less one-sided, but what can you do? And people will file this away, and they will come back next week for more, and I hope you do the same.
Yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks for having me in.
Absolutely, Bidet. Come back anytime. Thank you to everyone who watched. Thank you to everyone who participated. And I hope you all have a good rest of your week, good weekend. We're doing Final Fantasy XIV is the game of the month for the LCUS. So keep an eye out for that as well. There'll be announcements for times and all that sort of stuff. And already a couple of pages. I even see some people who were in the game earlier are in the Final Fantasy voice chat on the Discord. So feel free to look into that. And yeah, once again, thank you for watching and have a good night.